Sample problems. Let's solve it. My square root is isolated. So we're going to square that side, then we got to square that side. This is x squared equals, roots fly off, 7x plus 8. I want to keep my squared term positive, so I'm going to bring all this stuff over, canceling it on this side, so it equals 0. So x squared minus 7x minus 8. Now all you got to do, factor it. 2 factors of negative 8 that add to negative 7. Negative 8 and 1. So my possible answers are 8 or negative 1. Now, remember, my original did not have those squares. So if I put the 8 in, I'm going to get 8 is the square root of 7 times 8 is 56. 56 and 8 is 64. Is that true? Yes. That's one of my answers. Let's check negative 1. Put it in there. Negative 1 equals the square root of 7 times negative 1 plus 8. Now there's a real twist coming up, so please pay attention here. So I get negative 1 equals the square root of 1. This is one of the weirdest rules in math, and I'm not going to try to mince words here. Almost unfair. But do you remember if I said, hey guys, the square root of 49, that's actually 7. But if I said, hey, x squared equals 49, and I went bada boom, bada bing, do the right thing, it's actually plus or minus 7. So really, this is plus or minus 7. Here's the rule that math has. When you plug these in, you only think of the positive root. So the square root of 1 in this case is only 1. So this is saying negative 1 equals 1. And that is false. And I know that's a rub because you're like, well, wait a minute, the square root of 1 is negative 1. But when you plug stuff in and you get a square root, you are only to think of what's called the principal root. Think of Mr. Hosford, principal. What does that mean? He's very positive. Love that guy. So you're only supposed to think of the positive root. That is a curveball math throws at you. I don't deny that for a second. Okay, I thought we were done. We're not done. So we got this little bugger. Well, we got the square root isolated. Square it. But we got to square this side. Do we square them individually? No, 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 no. Slap some parentheses in there, square it. That means x plus 2 times x plus 2. Got to FOIL it. X squared, outside inside, gives me like 4x. Square that, 4 equals x plus 2. I'm going to subtract x, subtract 2, subtract x, subtract 2. I get x squared plus 3x plus 2 is 0. Factor that bad boy. 2 factors of 2 that add up to 3, 2, and 1. So my answers are negative 2 or negative 1. Not my answers, my possible answers. Now I got to check them out. So let's get rid of that and like that, because those weren't part of the original. And we say, all right, pop negative 2 in. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, and the square root of 0 is 0. That's a fact, Jack. So now let's plug in negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. Both of these work. Okay, let me pause that. Last problem of your examples. Uh-oh. Look at this. Minus 14. What am I going to do with that? Well, don't let it bother you. Get rid of it. So then I get x squared minus 3x minus 6. Very wonky looking problem. Equals 8. Well, can't make sense of this. So get rid of it. 2/3. 2/3. So what do I get? X squared minus 3x minus 6 equals. What do I do with this? Well, this goes back to a previous lesson. Math builds. This is the cubic root of 8, which is 2. Then I have to square that, which is 4. Now I'm gonna subtract 4 from both sides. I'll do my math here. X squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. X, two factors of negative 10 that add up to negative 3, negative 5, or 2. What's my answers? 5 or negative 2. I shouldn't have said my answers. I should have said my possible answers. So we plug it back in to the original. X squared minus 3x minus 6 equal, or to the 3/2 power equals 8. That was the original. So if I put a 5 in there, I get 25 minus 15 minus 6 to the 3/2 power equals 8. Watch this. 25 minus 21 is 4 to the 3/2 power equals 8. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. So this is 8 equals 8. Winner, winner. Now let's plug in negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Minus 6 to the 3/2 power equals 8. Well, this is the same thing. 4 to the 3/2 power equals 8. We just checked that out, and it's true. It's got to be true for this one. 2 answers. Good stuff. That's it, guys. Good luck on your homework.